Oh, P.S. I thought for the thumbnail we could take a family picture with the cats.
Oh, that would be sweet. Hi, welcome to Zelph on the Shelf. Remember us? Can we bring it?
We got this. We got this. Okay.
Zelph
On the Shelf.
Hello, welcome back to another video. We are back together, IRL, and today we're going to be talking about the Mormon Church's the LDS Church's teachings on family.
Way to use the correct nomenclature.
Thank you. I'm being very PC now on this channel.
The prophet will be very happy. May even give you a break
Daddy's
in
little
heaven.
girl.
Okay, it's sort of a sensationalist headline, right? Because the family itself isn't necessarily a harmful teaching, but the way that Mormons go about teaching about families can be pretty harmful. Ask anyone who's left the LDS Church.
So Mormons tend to hold up their views on the family as kind of like the thing that makes them them, the thing that makes them such a great religion. You know, it's hard to view the Mormon Church in a negative light when you think, oh, they're just all about family, you know, like from the mindset of Mormons. But in this video, we're going to dive into what that actually looks like in reality and why it's more problematic than they think.
Yeah. Mormons are known, I think, around the world for having, strong, good, close-knit families. But I think what people don't understand is that, Mormonism as, people think of Mormons as, nice, happy people. What they don't realize is that sort of a veneer, a very fragile veneer that Mormons wear, because it comes at the cost of having to avoid literally anything that could trigger them, analyzing their worldview. Just the slightest prodding into their logical steps can throw them into existential crisis. And so they're, always fighting that. So anything that contradicts their idea of the family, the way that they view the family, is a cause for deep turmoil.
Mormon families have this veneer of being very happy. I'm sure some of them are very happy, very tight-knit. Again, they are tight-knit, but in my experience, and I feel like you'll agree with this, the price that seems to come at, or just a thing that is a part of all of that, is the repression of any feelings that aren't, sanctified, allowed, would you say? So Mormon families typically, from what I've observed from, ex-Mormon friends and family and, just being Mormon and knowing a lot of Mormon people, is that most Mormon families are really bad at resolving issues and they repress all of their emotions. I think it's also a common thought that Mormons tend to be passive-aggressive, right?
Totally.
I mean, was that the case in your family?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. It's just an experiment in avoidance, the whole thing.
Two people in your family had an issue with each other. How would that generally play out?
So in Mormonism, the battery's about dying.
How?
In Mormonism, the C word is contention. And Mormons hate contention because the Book of Mormon says it's of the devil. And for them, contention means anything that stirs up difficult feelings.
Oh, difficult conversations that are necessary to create healthy, functioning relationships.
Yeah, totally. Boundaries, that's contention. Feelings, that's contention.
Eye contact, that's sex. Contention, how would that typically get resolved or not resolved?
By someone loudly playing on the piano, let us off, speak kind words to each other, or...
Just spiritually bypassing that other members of the family have real issues.
and it's all about just submission to the patriarch, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the dad, the bishop, the prophet, whoever's got the most keys gets to decide what's right. So you just kind of end up I think Mormons end up internalizing a lot of guilt and shame about any negative feelings by being I'm unworthy, I'm the doubtful, and I'm the problem. I need Jesus to forgive me. It's or you just need to talk this out.
Yeah, that whole contention of the devil line has really done a lot of damage to Mormons' ability to confront difficult emotions. You can't have healthy relationships without confronting difficult emotions, without having those conversations where you feel that reactivity come up, and then you if you're healthy, you're able to just be okay, I feel that anger coming up, I acknowledge it, and let's work through this.
What? That's such a weird phrase too. Contention is of the devil. It comes from the Book of Mormon, a book that's literally filled with contention.
I know!
By just before the prophet warrior had killed people who wouldn't join the army and swear allegiance to him, and it's the prophets arguing with people. What does that even mean?
I'm annoyed because I feel like we're not centered and it's bothering me.
Well, I guess we just need to take a minute to center ourselves.
So,
will that do?
so something I was thinking about when I knew we were going to make this video is the difference between what I think a healthy family looks like and kind of the Mormon version of that, which, as you said, as we keep saying, is kind of a veneer. Because I think of a healthy family as one that's kind of like a really safe space for everyone to evolve and grow and, you know, provides this kind of like unconditional love and acceptance that's not contingent upon, you know, people believing certain things. Like outside of certain values, like, you know, be kind to each other and, you know, those basic values that we all want in our families. Like, I just feel like families should be a space where everyone can like return to feel this sense of unconditional belonging, but can go out into the world from, like, they should provide that safe space of like, you belong, you know, we've got you, and it's like a home base to then go out into the world and do your own thing and be your own person. You only have to look at ex-Mormons and how hard they struggle to continue having good relationships with their families to know that, like, I feel like Mormon family relationships are not built on a firm foundation. Like, they're built on a weak foundation, because the minute someone's beliefs change, suddenly the whole relationship falls to shit. So how, you know, how firm a foundation can that be?
Not very. I think that's exactly at the heart of the matter, that it's not really about unconditional love. And I think love is centered in acceptance.
Yes.
Just like, I accept you the way you are. I don't need you to change. And I think that is ultimately what helps people change the most, is when you don't need them to, when your love is just allows for them to be as they are. And in no place should it be like that as much as the family. So it's not really about acceptance or unconditional love, it's about conformity, obedience. Yeah. And if you do not conform, if you don't fit the mold, then you don't get the love.
Again, I would just question this idea that Mormons have strong families. I would say they often have united families, because it's such a, you know, they're all part of a high demand religion together. They have a very unified belief system, I'd say, compared to the typical non-religious family. Like, me and my mum don't agree on anything, but it doesn't really matter that much, because you just kind of have that shared love and the things that you do connect on. But like, yeah, Mormons have identical views to their family members. So sure, in that sense, they're very united, but they're not strong, because again, if you remove those beliefs, it's over. Like, people leave the church and then their own mothers won't talk to them anymore. A family where your ability to feel loved by them can be so easily removed just feels so unhealthy.
Totally.
And why is our battery dying again?
When we just
This is not a healthy relationship, canon.
Mormons believe that their families will be eternal, right? Or they can be, but like, no one ever really thinks about how that plays out practically. Like, what does that mean to be with your family forever? Does that mean all the kids from your parents' household are going to live under the same roof? No, because where are those parents? You know, they're going to live under their parents' roof. Gets to be a pretty big house.
I feel like people should think about it that much.
No, ultimately it would end up being kind of like it is now. And even if we don't make it to the celestial kingdom, they can still technically come visit us, but they don't visit us in real life. So why would they visit us? And you know, it's like none of it is thought about. It's almost like it's all made up. I do want to add a disclaimer that, like, I'm sure there are some, like, loving, accepting Mormon families out there. Like, we're not obviously trying to paint with the broadest brush that covers everybody. But I would say that these are pretty strong tendencies within Mormon culture.
And it's not members' fault, because there have been decades and decades and decades of teachings encouraging people to essentially separate themselves from apostate family members. Like, things have softened enormously in recent years because they've had to for the church to survive. But like, back in the day, I feel like you could kill your own family member if they left the church, like, you know, through some Danite shit. Like, it just was not acceptable. Like, there's no way back in Joseph Smith's time that people would like keep being like close with their family members who left this thing. Like, it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, or think, how often did you hear the quote about, like, I'd rather see my son return in a casket than see him return without honor. Our camera battery is flashing and we have to go, but we ordered a new one on Amazon, okay? Please don't be mad at us. We're going to make this up to you. Cliffhanger.
Just end it there?
Yeah.
I better be fine.